Breaking news. Big Meech co-defendant doubles down in response to 50 Cent and Tammy Cohen. Yo, Big Cuffy called in. I'm going to break down this call. I'm going to give it to you so you can understand exactly what he's saying. Alright? You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We over here. Check it out. We're going to play this tape so y'all can listen to this. This is Cuffy. Yes, this is Cuffy calling in. He doubling down. I'm going to break down the call so y'all could understand what's being said. All right, let's get it popping.
Tell us what happened in Frank's hearing that really alerted you that Big Meech had a hand in this. What happened?
Well, CS1, Tammy Collins testified that she became a government informant to give the Meech Slinger a time cut. And we said, whoa, you serious? So then she further testified that he was aware of the deal. Special Agent Keith Cromer testified that Flannery was aware of the deal. Flannery just wanted to make sure that his name wasn't in any court documents.
So let me ask y'all this. If Meech Flannery's name is in the documents, what would you label him as? This is Cuffy talking. This is a serious conversation, a serious topic. Because a lot of the young people, they sit back, they enjoying it on social media, but yet they out there breaking the law. And they too could wind up in this situation. So everything you saying about this situation right now could fall on you. And what are you going to do when it's time for the Grim Reaper to catch up to you? That's the question.
So that's some typical rat. I'm a rat and tell you anything you need to know. Just don't put me on blast.
Man, listen, man, man, it's complicated, man. It's called me in 2013. I mean, yo, bro, what up? Yo, check this out. I got some good people, man. Yo, I got to get off this joint. Holla at Tammy. Let's get it.
That's how it started. So
that's how it started, man.
I talked to Blue earlier, and Blue said that when you came back in the day, when you came down, he gave you access to the Bentley, I believe it was. He said that when you were moving around, in part with Tammy in the attempt to kind of like sell the story. What was your relationship with Tammy as it relates to the BMF story and the life rights of Meech? What y'all was trying to do with that?
He introduced me to Tammy around 2009. My job was to procure a movie script. And so that's what we were working on. I told her that she needed to get his life rights and that I would get us a deal, which me and Louis Burrell did. Louis Burrell is an opening who was MC Hammer's big brother.
Got you.
Go way back around with him on the music tip. Years at Hollywood in the headlock. And so me and Tammy had been taking meetings in LA for years, starting back in 2009. So we had nothing to do. It was perfectly legal. As a matter of fact, all of this documented in the case, in the paperwork.
Got you.
So let's get back to Blue in the Blue Bentley Coupe.
Okay.
So when I come to town, I run into the homie, Lil Blue. I grabbed the car, and so I'm moving around. But before this, another Mexican at me that was a government informant, confidential source. I didn't know the dad, but when I meet him, he rubbed me the wrong way. You feel me?
Right.
And so I bagged up both of them. But come 2018, when we get...
You see what I'm saying? He's saying dude rubbed him the wrong way. It's somebody that he brought him around. See, we have an instinct when you're on the street. There's certain things you do and you don't do. There's certain things you ask and you don't ask. Now let's listen to the rest of this and you'll see exactly what that is.
Get the discovery, I find out that he was an agent. And that a confidential source had introduced us to.
So now they're saying that when he get a discovery that he found out that the guy that rubbed him the wrong way, that he knew something was wrong, was really an agent, and he was introduced by the confidential informant, and the person that introduced him to that man, Cuffy is saying is Big Meech Flannery. All right, just want y'all to understand the story.
Who introduced me to him? Nobody, nothing other than Big Meech.
Right there. So he's saying Big Meech introduced him to the dude that rubbed him the wrong way. Now he's going to tell you why he rubbed him the wrong way. Pay attention. You ain't going to get this type of content nowhere else. I'm breaking down the prisoner's conversation so that you could understand.
Nothing came out of that because he rubbed me the wrong way. He got to talking about who caused this, man. Is it paid for? So it just...
See, right there. Huh? He asked him, whose car is it? Is it paid for? No one asks those questions in the hood. But the furthest thing from Cuffy's mind was that he was a cop because he knew Meech would never do that. This is what he felt at that time, that Meech would never do that. But once he got the paperwork and he looked back, he realized that it was all a setup from day one, and he dodged the bullet. He caught 27 years. Y'all think that's a long time? I just did 26 and a half years straight, you know? And it didn't seem like a long time. I lost a hell of a lot. That's when I realized it was a long time. Just like Meech went in as Big Meech, and then he come out now as, what's his name? Whatever his government name is, Demetrius Flannery. Now you're seeing Demetrius Flannery without the BMF brand, you know, without the J-Bos, you know, without all the, you know, the young Jeezy, without all the glitz and glamour. He's broken down to the man that he is, and now it's up to you, Meech, to show the world who you are. When I came home, I was the same way. I wasn't unique with the Club 2000, Mecca Audio, and Fifth Street on the beach in Miami, and down in Virginia Beach with Tom Slaughter and E.T., Winky, Titus, you know, Cam, the whole nine. That ain't the unique no more. So now I had to rebuild myself, Meech. This is to you, Meech. I had to rebuild myself, you know, and they call it now brand. I had to rebrand myself. Back then, we were just being us, and us was a brand. And you had BMF, I had Mecca Audio. That's what it is. We didn't know because we wasn't in the Fortune 500 world, but we was living it and running it, but just didn't know the proper lingo. So now we have our brand. So now, Meech, you have to restructure that brand into something, but you caught yourself in a pickle because now you caught up with the beef with 50 Cent. That beef with 50 Cent, man, I'm going to speak on that, man. That beef with 50 Cent, Meech, this to you, this ain't to the YouTubers. That beef is like this. You came home, the man set your son up, set you up, set the brand up. He did what he felt he needed to do for you, and he didn't owe you anything because he already paid you when he did what he had to do as far as setting your son up, setting him to acting school, getting a job, you know what I mean, getting a career, you know, putting the BMF brand back on the map. He already gave you, but then now you come home and you expecting more because you're Big Meech and you don't need anyone to give you anything. I understand that because I don't need nobody to give me nothing neither. I got to earn mine, just like you trying to earn yours. So you went to go holler at Rick Ross because Rick been at you, trying to holler at you. So now you holler at Rick Ross, you talk to Rick Ross tell you something that sounds beautiful. I understand that. This for Meech. I'm talking to you, Meech. You watch this. It's a man that 26 years like you talking to you, right? Now, when you went and heard what Rick Ross had to say, you know more than anybody else watching this. You know, Meech, you were supposed to bring it back to 50 and say, yo, Rick Ross called me, I hollered at him, This is what he put on the table. And then only thing you're supposed to say to keep your manhood is say, what do y'all think he should say? Well, what he should say is, what should we do about this? But he know the whole time it's his decision, because this is his life, this is his brand. But at least make 50 feel like he was a part of that decision-making conversation, and you may have had his blessing, or 50 may have doubled down and say, what, he gave you $1 million, I gave you $2 million, and I get all the rappers you want up there. I'll even get you Sexy Red. You know how crazy you look saying that, big bro? No disrespect, right? Let me speak on that because we ride. So this video, I might have to title it, Unique and Cuffy Talks to Big Meech. Because this is all for Big Meech. This ain't for you viewers to watch. When you went up there and he naming out the rappers and you said Sexy Red, dog, no disrespect, you look goofy. I'm just talking to you man to man. You look goofy. It's not to disrespect you. I'm just letting you know. You look goofy. You look thirsty. You look pathetic. And you're Big Meech, my dude. And Sexy Red could get mad all she want. Big Meech, if you was to have Rick Ross call Sexy Red, tell her to come over, you wanted to meet her, she'll come. You'll be able to see where it go from there. So you didn't need to look goofy saying Sexy Red. I mean, that was stupid. You're Big Meech. I remember, right? Can we ride? I remember when I went on Queen's Flip and I did my first interview, he asked me, have I ever had celebrity coochie? I had to let him know, there is no such thing as celebrity coochie. I'm Celebrity D. I'm Celebrity D. The girls is asking each other that. When they ask you ever had any Celebrity D, they say, yeah, unique. You know what I mean? But a man don't ask me that I have celebrity coochie, because ain't no coochie platinum like this D. And this is to you, Meech. This is how you were, and this is how you need to come back to being you. You don't have to show it, but you have to, let it be a part of your character, if that is your character. If this laid back saying Sexy Red, you know what I mean, is your character, let it out. Because everything in the dark comes to the light. So I'm not telling you how to act. I'm just letting you know, be you. And the way you look, that ain't the you that the world knows. I was in prison. That ain't the you. That ain't the Big Meech that I watched out there flossing, doing this thing. And I'm not even going to lie. I was proud of you, and I am proud of you. You know what I mean? That's before I make my decision and go back to looking over this paperwork. But up until this stage, not knowing if you a rat bastard or not, I respect you. And that's why I'm talking to you, because you're getting a lot of heat. And just because it's social media, I realize that after 4 years out here, that don't mean it's true. Just because it's on social media. The most views is what dictate truth or false. That's crazy, right? The most views dictate truth or false. That's the world that we into right now, Meech. So you're going to have to need to say something or prove something. Like, I'm going to ride. I'm going to give you one. They attack all of us big names, Meech. They attacked me when I came home, Yeah, dude go up there that told on me. Meech, listen to this one. Dude told on me. It's on the record, everything. Never said his name, never disrespected him. And he goes on YouTube and says that I'm a scumbag. I never mentioned his name. I don't have anything nice to say about you, so I don't mention your name. I don't respect what you did, but I understand what you did. So I'm at peace with what you did. Now, you need to be at peace with what you did. But these are the things that we have to go through from the choices that we made as youth, trying to find ourselves. I'm at peace right now that he told on me, Meech. He's not at peace with himself that he told on me. So he went up there saying all this. He even said that I'm not allowed back in the projects. I'm not allowed back on the block. Did I respond? No. So I understand why you're not responding. But what I did was, I went in the project, I went on the block, and I got with all my realest homies, and we did whatever we did. If they called me because they had a cookout, because it was summertime, I popped up at the cookouts, and I'm on the block. So that showed and proved that his statement was false. I didn't need to argue with him and get on social media And I'm gonna do a video about that where Big Preem calls out to his son Little Preem, who I had the honor of meeting. And I love the way that played out. And I saw Hassan Campbell did a video on it. And I wanted to react to the video. But, you know, and I'm going to call Hassan and talk to him to let him know I'm going to react to his video because I have his number. Just like my number is on the screen, 917-680-9091. If anybody want to get on the show or got anything they want to say, we can talk about it respectfully on that phone number. But we don't need to put in the comments and divert what we're doing over to some bull crap, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, let's get back to this tape with Cuffy, man. Y'all getting a little too much.
Just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't think he was a police or anything. I didn't think he was a police, but he was just weird. You feel me?
Right.
See, he's saying dude was weird to get you back up to where you was at before I started rambling or whatever you rat bastards want to call it. I just say I was riding. Right? So what he's saying is that when he met the dude that Meech introduced him to, and the dude asking him, you know, whose car is that? How much it costs? You talking about dude spending $1 million and you asking whose car was it? The car is, that shows it right there. If you worrying about whose car that is or what it costs and you're supposed to be buying $1 million worth of cocaine, something is wrong. What you do is you observe whose car it is. And then you push up on them if you're trying to sell them something or cop something to see if they the big man. But you don't ask nobody. That's weird, as he said. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that people do that they don't really understand that, you know? Let's go.
Weird.
Fast forward to 2018.
Got you.
Fast forward to 2018. That's in the DEA 6 reports. The confidential source introduced me to that confidential source. Who was the confidential source?
It can only be one person. The person who introduced you to him, and you know who introduced you to him.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Cuffy. Why do you think, and this is an obvious question, and it may be a slow question for me to ask you, but I have to ask you nevertheless. It's part of my due diligence process, right? Why do you think that it is so hard for people who understand that these type of things happen every day inside the game? Why do you think they're having such a hard time grasping or understanding or accepting the fact that Big Meech didn't want to do that years?
Listen, man, my answer to that before I let Cuffy answer that is simple, man. Everybody want to be a soldier until it's time for war. Everyone wants to be a soldier until it's time for war. Everybody want to be a part of that entourage, as y'all call it nowadays, until it's beef. And that's all it is. Now, this type of thing happens every day in our world. But the majority of the viewers on social media, and that's even watching me, they're learning a lot from us on YouTube. So it's like whatever's in the algorithm and get into most people's face, like I said, becomes the truth. But when you come over here to Unique Mega Audio, you get the truth with an explanation so you can comprehend it. But the key element is comprehension. Okay? So where we at right now is, you know, you got regular people watching this that don't be put in these situations and hasn't been in these situations. I watch men that been down 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years, even 15 years. And then they say, man, I got to get out of here. And you hear them whispering to their friends that if they could have told, they would have told. And then you'll get somebody that'll come to you, a man like me, and be like, yo, man, can you believe I was talking to such and such, and he said that he wish he would have told. Because that person told him that in confidence. And that person that's bringing me the message, I'm not looking at them like they want to mind like my equal. I'm looking at them like you on the fence and you're waiting to see how I'm going to respond. If I was to respond saying, yeah, I should have told too, word up, then he would have said, word, I've been feeling the same way for 25 years. You know what I mean? But I told him, get out of here. That's some rat shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all having that conversation. Tell that nigga to come tell me that in his face, in my face. If not, I don't need to hear what he said about ratting behind his back. So he telling me that so that I don't talk to him because, you know, I don't deal with the rats. When they say don't talk to them, that don't mean that they walk by you stick your nose in the air. You understand? If you walk by, they know to go on this side, you know to go on that side. If you make eye contact, you give a nod. That's saying, I recognize you a rat bastard. And they give you a nod saying that I recognize that you on the other side. And then we keep going, and that's the way that moves. It's that simple to the point, But majority of y'all that's not believing that this can happen, not saying this did happen with Meech, a lot of y'all that's not believing it is because you was never in that situation. I was in that situation, and I've seen men and was with men that was in that situation, and I watched them each choose a different method to deal with their time, their morals, their principles. And most of them, their ego is what stopped them from folding. If you understand what that means.
Listen, man, you have to understand this generation. You have to understand this generation. Most of these, they got a mentality. He didn't tell on me. You feel me? You got around in every city now. This generation, they're running around with rats because they got a bag. You feel me? I've lost 30-year partners. Some Detroit won't say their name, you understand, who told me, yo, Cuff, man, the homie was trying to get the Mexican. He wasn't aiming at you. I'm like, what? You telling me that the homie was trying to tell on the Mexican, and that's cool? So you're dealing with a different generation, homie.
Why do you think Big Meech has not raised his voice to speak up for himself and to clear his own name? Why do you think he used...
I gotta explain that. I was gonna let that ride, but we're gonna have to explain this right here.
So you're dealing with a different generation, homie.
Why do you think Big Meech has not raised his voice?
Right here, me run it back.
I've lost 30-year partners.
Right here.
Some Detroit won't say their name, you understand, who told me, yo, Cuff, man, the homie was trying to get the Mexican. He wasn't aiming at you. I'm like, what? You telling me that the homie was trying to tell on the Mexican, and that's cool?
See, right there, right? What he's saying is, they came to him, so y'all understand what is really being said. Cuffy's saying that they came to him and told him, yo, don't be mad at Meech. He wasn't trying to get you. He was trying to get the Mexican. So you saying that it's all right if he gets another hustler as long as he don't get me? But it's all right for him to tell on someone else? And Cuffy's like, yo, you know that's not the way the code go. And this is not no code that's written in a book like you go find the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that's written from your tongue and your heart. So either you take those codes to heart or you get out the street. Because if not, you're going to wind up in this situation. Look what's going on in this picture, right? You got Big Meech behind me, named bigger than anything you could think of in the drug game. Bigger than Unique Make Audio, bigger than the Paid in Full, bigger than everybody. You know what I mean? To some, to many. You know what I mean? And he gets his props for that before this allegation. All right, relax, y'all, relax. Now this man comes home from prison after 18, 20 years, whatever. You know what I mean? Lifetime compared to the time that they're giving out. I got a brother just came home after 50. I got a brother that I left behind that's been in 63 years. You know? So this is what's going on. But I want y'all to really understand that he came home and he's supposed to be up here right now. Movie series, television series, you know what I mean? But he came home stuck in the 2000s when he went in. And he didn't realize that they deal with loyalty in the movie business too. But whoever he was dealing with in his ear that had him wearing those flip-flops in public, yes, Meech, I saw it, Meech, stop it. Do not wear flip-flops in public because I got to get on you for that. You know we don't wear flip-flops in the day room, and the public is no different than the day room because this is all one big prison, and instead of a 2x4 cell, we have a house or an apartment or a basement or wherever we renting, and that's our prison cell, and we lock in every night. It's just in the free world, we choose what time we want to lock in. In the free world, we choose what time we want lights out. In the free world, we choose when we want to go to our refrigerator and get something to eat and order Uber Eats to do what we want to do. When you're in prison, you don't get none of that. Remember those days, Meech? Huh? These are the days you have it now. But don't forget those days when you had to wait till a dude took a piece of chicken, wrapped it in cellophane wrap, and put it under his armpits or put it down in his crotch and suck it out the kitchen, and then came and sold it to you and you brought it out the kitchen. Let the people know how we was really living. On Chicken Day when they got chicken, because we ride. Thursday's Big Chicken Day. I might do a Chicken Day video Thursday. You want a Chicken Day where I give you a detail how Chicken Days played out. You know what I mean? In the unique Mecca Audio way. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. All right? And Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories for more of this, and Mecca Audio TV. But the way we was living in prison, dudes go in the kitchen, steal food out the kitchen, and they got to hide it and conceal it. So they might put it under their armpit, might put it between their crotch, might put it down the back of their pants. You don't know where they putting it. But you know they stole it out the kitchen and you don't think about it. It's wrapped up in cellophane when you get it, so it is what it is. And then you eat it. But then now Meech, you get to call Uber Eats. Your woman get to cook for you. Big difference. But you hanging around people that's trying to tell you how the music, how the entertainment business work, how the music business work. It works the same as a drug empire. That's how I'm attacking and dealing with this YouTube, the same as I would a drug empire. And that's how you have to look at this, Meech. You're still in prison. And I ain't talking about because you're on house arrest. You're still in prison. Even when you get off house arrest, you get off parole, and you what they call a free man. You're still locked in your prison. It's just now based on your financial status. It depends on how big your prison cell is. If it's going to be a mansion or it's going to be an apartment in the projects. Right? But you come home bigger than life, and now you get caught up in this YouTube scandal. And all because of your choice, when all you had to do was go to 50 Cent and say, Rick Ross contacted me, I hollered at him, this is what he presented to us, and I tell him us, make him feel good, that's how I would do it. But on the street, you just say, yo, Rick Ross hollered at me, this is what he presented, what's up? You know what I mean? And by you saying what's up is what you gonna do, you gonna match this, so I gotta go with this. But I ain't make no decision where I'm at yet, because I'm giving you the final call because you sent my son to acting school, got my son to part on the joint, turned my son's life around. You know, you helped me down, you helped the brand down. So I'm bringing this to you first. That's all you had, Meech. You know that's all you had to do. You know that. Like I said, it's directed to you. You know you had to. You know that. Come on, man. And then after that, whatever 50 decide, that's when you say, well, yo, no disrespect. I respect everything you did for my seed. I respect everything you did for me and the brand. But right now, I got to look out for the brand. So I understand that you don't feel it's worth it for you to put X, Y, Z in. So I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to make this move on this. And then whatever 50 do from there, that's where it's at. But for him to just see it, to see you on YouTube talking about, or Instagram, wherever it went first, who gonna be there, this one now, and what I don't understand is, Rick Ross is calling out a bunch of names that say they don't even deal with their homies that they grew up doing their generation with because they're rats, and you got a suspicion of being a rat over you that you need to clear up, and they're saying they're gonna perform at your concert. I want to see how this is gonna play out in today's society. Young rappers cut off their friends because they're telling, or because they're accused of telling, of allegedly telling. And then here you go, just coming out of prison, you're the big OG, but then now you're questionable. And they're invited to perform. I just want to see who's going to perform. That this ain't got nothing to do with me, but I like to see how the world is transgressed. Because back in the day, no way would any of those rappers testify for anybody that got a question mark over their head. Back in my day. But this is a new day, so I want to see how it play out. – Let's finish this up.
So you're dealing with a different generation, homie.
Why do you think Big Meech has not raised his voice to speak up for himself and to clear his own name? Why do you think he's using all these proxies to come up and stand up and try to argue for him instead of standing up himself and answering it up?
Hey, dog, check this out, homie. They're indefensible. You feel me? Just indefensible, homie. So this is what I told my crew and all the fellas that I rock with. I told them that they're going to have to hide Tammy Collins. And at any point that he fell out with her, because she's attention hungry, at any point that we fell out with her, that she would spill on him. You feel me? And this is what we have coming to fruition right now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So defensible, homie.
All right. I
think you feel the same way I feel. This is grateful. You feel me? So it is indefensible, homie.
Right. So how do you feel about people like Lil Meech and the Sosa guy, like trying to attack your family name and directly trying to go at your people, at your blood? How do you feel about that?
It's a deflection. You know, I have no comment on these guys. Sosa's a worker. I don't know his son. I remember being around his son when he was first born. I know his mom, Tyra. But I don't know the kid, you understand? But, you know, they trying to fight for their brand. They trying to salvage this BMF show. This is how they make their living. This is how in the clubs still to this day. This film. They trying to salvage their brand, and you don't have men anymore. So the silence only says complicity. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Doing my research.
All right, so that's where we at. So now 50 Cent cuts off Big Meech for going with Rick Ross. Little Meech is feeling the heat, don't know what the heck is going on in the kitchen. So what do y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. Let me know where you at. Do you think 50 was right for cutting him off? Or do you think he was wrong? Put the reason why you feel the way you feel. Don't say right or don't say wrong. Let's hear what you got to say, and that's what we're going to make this content off of. If you got any content that you like that you want me to comment on, send it to the text number on the screen. It's a phone number I do answer to. 917-680-9091. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. Subscribe to Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story. And subscribe to Mecca Audio TV. Hit the notification bell so you know when the videos is being posted, because it's a lot I got going on, so I can't keep the same schedule every day. But what do you think about that? Let's keep this popping.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in hard. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squill it to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. Yui back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, Yui got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can give back to the. Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.